Hey there guys, what'd you think of the new intro? Kinda cool. So, since I did my first tag video the other day, I thought I would do my next tag video today and keep up with this because I'm really liking this Inside and Out tag that Matham Books started and Ariel of Books Unbound just did, and I'm kind of really liking it, so I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna get right into it. In this tag they spell the word inside and the word out with different questions, so that makes 9 different questions, and here we go. For I, inside flap / back of the book summaries, too much info or not enough. I actually kind of like the ones that don't tell you what it's about, give you a hook maybe, make little comments about the character, just let you know this is a story about a really quirky girl or something like that. I really like vague, I guess. New book, what form do you want it in? Be honest, audiobook, ebook, paperback, or hardcover? Seems popular, probably paperback, just because it's easier to read, like pretty much everyone says. Hardback books, I love them, they're pretty, but they get awkward, and when I like to lay down and hold the book over my head and read, and when I drop those on my face it really hurts. Scribble while you read. Do you like to write in your books, taking notes, making comments, or do you keep your books clean? My books are actually really clean, but I do make comments and notes on sticky notes. I love to find quotes in my books, and if you've read any of my written review, my layout is generally quotes, cover, review. So I like to keep up with quotes, and if I have a comment on it, I put a sticky note there. Generally, I'll leave the sticky notes in the book whenever I'm done with it and just put it on my shelf, but sometimes when I lend a book out, I take them out just because it seems nice to do, but a lot of the time I just leave them there. This next one I've had so much trouble with. I've spent the last hour trying to find the answer. It says, in your best voice, read for us your favorite first sentence from a book. So I have all of these books plus this book, and I cannot pick one. So difficult, so very difficult. But I think I've chosen from Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Alice was beginning to get very tired of sitting by her sister on the bank and of having nothing to do. Once or twice she had peeped into the book her sister was reading, but it had no pictures or conversations in it. And what is the use of a book, thought Alice, without pictures or conversations? I can't follow that up. The next one is D. Does it matter to you whether the author is male or female when you're deciding on a book? What if you're unsure of the author's gender? I generally don't notice the author's gender. Looking at my shelves, the majority of the authors are female. I don't do that purposely. It doesn't matter to me. So that's just something that happens. Ever read ahead? Have you ever read the last page way before you got there? Yes. That's an unpopular thing to say, but yes, I have. When a book gets far too slow, or I'm thinking about abandoning it, or it's just not keeping my interest, I look to the last page and skim it. I don't read every word, but I skim usually the dialogue or the last couple of sentences just to see if it's worth it. If I look ahead, generally what happens is I get so excited to know, how did they get there? For instance, if it's a book about a couple trying to get together, and then I look on the last page and it says, and they lived happily ever after, but they hate each other. How did they get together? I must continue reading. Oh, organized bookshelves or outrageous bookshelves? Personally, I like organized. And by organized doesn't necessarily mean in a specific order, but organized in the way that you can find things easily and it looks nice. Right now, my books are organized by authors' last names, series, and most liked. I also have them divided by YA and adult reads. Before, I've just laid them all on their sides like that and stacked them up as high as they could go, and when I did that, I did hardbacks all together, paperbacks all together, and by size. So it organized. Under oath, have you ever bought a book based on the cover alone? Yes. I cannot pick it at this exact moment, but yes. Granted, I do read the summary, but sometimes I look at the cover and I'm just like, I have to read this book. There's no way around it. Though, I really pick up books by title, and that's my worst. That's a pretty title, I'll buy this, and not even look at the summary. Take it outside to read or stay in. Mostly stay in. Like Ariel, I can't get comfortable outside. If we could take me a big reading chair outside and just sit it there, yes. At my sorority house, we have hammocks in the backyard. This coming semester, I will probably sit back there and read, but the sun makes the pages too bright for my eyes, or the sun gets in my eyes. The sun just causes lots of problems. The wind blows. Nature. That is the end of this tag. I hope you've enjoyed it. There's a lovely subscribe button in one of these corners, and there's a likey button down there. And if you have anything to say, comments of any form, there's a section for that. So, there we go. I will see you next time, and I hope you have a wonderful week next week. Do I need to do an outro now?